What's up, guys? This is Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. I'm here today at BMW of Wesley Chapel, bringing you this brand new 2021 BMW X5M. MSRP starts at $105,100. The one we have today, $123,795. This is a 4.4-liter V8 M twin turbo. BMW says the 0 to 60 is at 4.1 seconds. This is all matted to a ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. We're going to go over all the specs and details of this SAV starting now. BMW M's are high-performance vehicles built to drive every day. Nearly perfect 50-50 weight distributing, adaptive MX drive, which is basically all-wheel drive, M engineering suspension and differential, making more power out of less cylinders. A little bit of history about BMW M. It actually dates back to 1972, and it was actually called BMW Motorsports. They basically developed this on the track. The original M1 was back in 1978, then models like the M635 CSI, which was a 6 Series coupe, or your M535i, which was a 5 Series sedan. That was in the early 80s. The inline 6 from the M1 made its way underneath the hood of the M635 CSI coupe and the M5. Your first M3 was in 1986, known as a street racing car. 1993 was when BMW Motorsports changed the name to what we know as today as your BMW M. The BMW X5 dates back to 1999. What I like about this M, you are getting the M competition package. That's what we have set on this one. High-powered engineering, unleash up to 617 horsepower. You'll feel the surge and the confidence. This engine is set with 4 water pumps, 6 radiators, and a dedicated transmission cooler. So it gives you that shadow trims throughout. You're also getting the competition badging here. Because we have the executive package, you're getting those laser lights that are integrated with those LED halo lights in the vehicle, all functional vents, very aerodynamic, sporty, and athletic, and that's what the M series does when they actually make these type of vehicles, is they change the front bumper so you have more of a spoiler lip, but it's not really a lip, it just kind of brushes off. Get a little bit more aggressiveness in your hood, and it just looks really beefy if anyone's looking at you from a rear view mirror. This vehicle sits at an 8.4-inch ground clearance with a height of 68.8 inches. Your width on this vehicle is at 79.3 inches. The length of this vehicle is at 194.4 inches with a wheelbase at 117 inches. I like the line structures that they do down through the side, the black trim that just really pops. Because we have the M competition on this vehicle for the package, 21-inch wheels on the front, 22 on the rear. You'll also be getting standard adaptive M suspension, which basically improves your steering response, gives a sportier drive with controls and performance of any type of demand you need for your comfort, your Sport Plus. This vehicle is going to come standard with your M composite brakes, 6 pistons in the front. So it is very meaty, very strong. The disc reading at 15.6 in the front, 15.2 in the rear. Ventilated and cut to give maximum cooling and endurance. I don't necessarily like that this is not an actual functional vent, but I do like the pop that it gives on the side profile. You'll also be getting the blacked out side mirror caps, and everything's blacked out, so no chrome aesthetic, so it makes it a little bit more athletic and aggressive. The BMW X5 is made in the United States. You do have towing capacity. I wouldn't touch this diffuser or these M spec bumpers because they're just so nice the way they protrude out, giving an aggressive wide stance quad exhaust that's kind of black and grayed out. There's no need to put a tow package. You need to put anything, get your roof rails, throw some kayaks, whatever you want. You also have this spoiler lip that helps with downforce for the vehicle, the M competition badging, which really sets the vehicle apart. I do like the LED lights in the rear, and I like how they didn't make the whole rear just a big light like a lot of the automotive industry is doing. Standard power liftgate to go inside to your cargo at 23 cubic feet, maxing out at 66 cubic feet. They've also added a lower tailgate that is also powered that slides out, kind of mimicking your Land Rover or Range Rover, but I like it because you can sit down here, enjoy any tailgates or any type of parties outside of any adventure that you do in your BMW X5. With your M models, you're going to be getting that sports trim on the bottom that flares out, helping flare out and complement the rear as well. So it really does give an aggressive look all around the vehicle. Let me know in the comments what you think about this 2021 BMW X5. We're going to take it back to the rear, give it some revs, and then go into the interior. Inside this BMW X5, you're getting quite a bit of space. Unfortunately, BMW doesn't actually tell you the actual headroom or legroom. But as you're seeing, I'm 6'3", plenty of headroom, legroom, plenty, and this is at the position of the seat how I would be driving. So I would say anyone 6'7" or 8" is going to have absolutely no problem inside this vehicle. You're getting that really nice leather dash, Bauer & Wilkins upgraded sound system, heads-up display, two 12.3-inch monitors, one for your digital driver cluster, one for your center control, which also gives you your navigation, your 360-degree reverse camera, your Apple CarPlay, your Android Auto. This also has Wi-Fi hotspot capabilities, 4 12-volt chargers inside this vehicle. Multi-zone climate control, you're getting a total of 4. So it's quite a bit. Cup holders is actually really cool too because they're heated and ventilated. Heated and ventilated front seats, that's part of the executive package, which also gives you the remote start, your soft closed doors as well inside the cabin. You're also going to be getting on the door panels, diamond stitching with the contrast stitching, that carbon fiber inlays. The speakers, just the way they're actually in the actual door panel, looks really nice. You also have so much storage in the door panel in the vehicle. In the center here, you're not getting the glass buttons. However, you can opt for that. That is an upgrade. This one's more of a standard, so you're going to get a leather on top with the M badging and these different modern design button functionalities for either your driving modes, for your active exhaust, which is part of the M competition package. You're getting that leather wrapped M Sport steering wheel with the paddle shifters for the M, and you also get paddle shifters for regular mode. These ones, unfortunately, are plastic. Not really into that considering this is an M. However, I do like the way the steering wheel is, and you can also opt for LED lights around it, so it makes like a nice lounge effect at nighttime, so you have different light structures. So they have really cool features and different packages that you can upgrade in this vehicle to just set it apart from any other BMW. You can also handpick your own type of leather or your own type of materials in the vehicle. You can do that through the BMW website. I also like the X5M badging inside on the headrest, and they're power adjustable as well. The back seat amenities of this vehicle starts off with your dual climate control settings, heated seats, a 12-volt charger, some storage here, some storage inside here. You also get a couple of cup holders here in the center. You can close that up, make it pretty easy. The actual seat texture is going to be a quilted and perforated seats. These are actually heated seats in the rear. That's actually part of that executive package. Part of the M competition package, the actual seat belts get the M flag that's on the seat belt. You also get the Alcantara headliner. You'll also be getting these sunshades, which is also part of that executive package as well. A couple of pockets here, some more storage in the door panels that you can fit probably a couple of drinks or more. Plenty of headspace, as you see, for somebody over 6'3". Plenty of leg space. My legs are maybe an inch or so from hitting the back seat. but that's at the position of what I would be sitting. Sliding into the center, my head still doesn't hit the headliner and my legs are not hitting the back of the front seats. But obviously the more desirable ride would be next to the windows. These type of vehicles are very high performance derived, so whenever you get these type of vehicles, you're not necessarily looking for optimal gas consumption. However, you will be getting between 15 and 18 miles per gallon in the vehicle, which is not too bad considering this is a 4.4 liter V8 engine. So the heads-up display I do like because it actually makes it very easy whenever you're driving to any destination. You can see everything right there. And I really do like the gauge cluster for the driver. I think that just kind of sets it apart. You get your tachometer on the right, you get your odometer reading on the left. You also have this really intuitive navigation, and it's also gesture approved. So whenever you just move with your hands and swipe, it will actually activate. So that is actually a really nice thing that pops as well. Visibility in the vehicle, so far I can pretty much see pretty much everywhere. It is a very quiet car as well, even with these upgraded 21 and 22 inch sports wheels. Now this vehicle doesn't have any dual pane windows or anything like that, but it is still substantially quiet. You do hear the engine exhaust, which is something that you actually want to hear. We're going to go over a few different details in the vehicle. This one also has your adaptive cruise control, your lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, your frontal collision, and your rear collision. Those are standard features. The adaptive cruise control, however, is not standard. Your lane departure warning is, but your lane keep assist is not as well. Giving it some gas, wow, just set you back really nice. And I mean, the good thing about this particular vehicle is you get up to speed ever quick. The 6-piston brakes just hold very well, so you can actually stop on a dime on this vehicle. Give it a little go here. Oh, it's really nice. It's super nice. The vehicle just drives very flawless. I like on the actual heads-up display, it gives you your RPMs when you put it in sport mode. You can see how fast you're going, what gear you're at, the speed limit. You can see pretty much everything, even your actual radio stations on the vehicle. You just unload it at all and it's just ready to go at any given gear. I really do think when you hit around the 2 RPM and you just kind of take off, it's just amazing. It's a very soft, pleasant hit because these seats are very cushionless. The actual infotainment screen, I've been kind of playing with it as I've been, driving around, and I actually like the way they have pivoted, because whenever you move your hand around it, you really do kind of slide across the whole screen, especially if you have the gesture capabilities in the vehicle, because it just kind of turns it on. Very sensitive as well. Anytime you say BMW or hey BMW, it actually will activate the system, so it is very intuitive in that nature as well. Turn radius in the vehicle, as we're going to take a turn right now. I'm going to drop it into first. You actually get really tight, which is good in like a first lane. Giving it some throttle, and she just drives very nice. You get a nice exhaust spit on the vehicle. We're going to take this back to BMW of Wesley Chapel, go over that 360 reverse camera, and wrap this review up. Putting into reverse, this does have your backup assistance, which if you let go and you just kind of use the brake, it will actually back up for you. As you can see, the steering wheel is doing everything for me, not doing anything. Very intuitive braking system, and it'll actually go to the actual distance that you were. All you have to do is hold the actual brake. So it's a very clever system. You have sensor functionality all over it and a very clean screen. This is your 12.3 infotainment system. It does have the pinch gesture. You can also swipe across in the navigation, full-blown navigation, so it's pretty easy. Click into here. You can change any dynamics that you like in the vehicle. You could do different seat preferences for your ventilated and your massage seats or your heated seats. You can also change different dynamics in your driving through the actual car app here. So it's very intuitive. You can kind of change anything also for like the moods and things of that. And it'll actually open the panoramic moonroof as well and do different sounds to make it more pleasing. You do have your controls here as well, so it isn't just through the infotainment. And I do like this screen here that shows your actual temperature gauge in the front. You do have some more button functionality for your stereo system here that you just turn on, and you can also change the screen. If you put it into the M mode, it will change like that. If you put it into regular, you'll have your tachometer on the right and your odometer on the left. Otherwise, this is your M mode. It also changes your actual heads-up display, so this is the M mode display, and this is your regular display. I like to thank BMW of Wesley Chapel for giving us this 2021 BMW M5 for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, click the subscribe